Amakhosi Network, welcome to the channel. Kaizer Chiefs draws 2-2 with Magesi. Yo, Nabi, what are you doing, Nabi? But anyway, before we get into that, please like, comment, and subscribe. First and foremost, I would like to say, how is it that Magesi plays us exactly same carbon copy the way SuperSport played us? Did Nabi not realize this thing and train these guys? Because now, against these small teams, we will no longer be able to play transition football. We have to play possession football because these teams are smart now. They saw how SuperSport killed us. They saw how SuperSport just gave us the ball and said, you guys make things happen, and our players failed. Guys, this game for me disappointed me. First half, we taking shots outside the box, going straight to the keeper. But the biggest thing I want to highlight today is Nabi is also at fault. Nabi, for me, is also at fault. I like Nabi and I feel like he will change things for us, but this one is on Nabi. Last game I said, Nabi is at fault and was outplayed by Kevin Hunt. This game he allowed Clinton Larson to do the same thing. Let me tell you one thing. First half, you go look at Magesi first half. In the first half, Magesi played like the SuperSport United that played us midweek on Wednesday when they beat us 1-0. That is exactly how they played us against that SuperSport that we drew 0-0. Second, that we lost 1-0 to. Second half, what did they do? They dropped all of their players back. They left that striker alone. And how did they then play? They took SuperSport's Carling Cup way of playing in the first half, where they push us in our half. They just keep doing throw-ins and corners. And how do they get those throw-ins and corners? That Mokupo, whatever striker, they leave him with Dudley. So what they do is that they don't go to Msimango. They don't make him fight with Msimango. They make him fight with Dudley. They pass him the ball, and every time they kick him the ball, this guy is strong, so he holds up play. So it's either you're going to foul him or you're going to kick the ball out, and then it's a corner. And that's what they do to us. Today, we drew by luck. But there's also a lot of immaturity. Dusha Balala, why are you taking off your shirt? Why are you taking off your shirt? Oh, guys, the first half was just terrible to watch for me. I was watching it. The boys ran out of ideas. Have you ever watched someone like if battery is going low? That was Kaizer Chiefs players. They moved them. They even got tired of them. They got tired in the first half. First 30 minutes, he was zammering. After 30 minutes, Nkosimpilo was tired because now he's run out of ideas. This thing is simple, guys. This thing is simple. When we play these small teams, we should no longer play Rangachi Vavero as our striker. Because Rangachi Vavero, when he's our striker, he messes up our mind as players. These players, when they see Rangachi Vavero in the box, they have this idea that if we cross it, Ranga can make something happen. And then what happens is that there's been so many crosses in the box. And who do you find? The one that just defeated me is when they cross the ball and the only person in the box was Umfundo Vilakazi. And I was like, guys, even if this guy by luck headers this ball, do you honestly think he's going to score? So there's a lot of things that need to be fixed. Let me say this. Defensively, how we considered that goal, I have to look at it over and over again to see where the critical phases were. For me, the critical phase in that goal was more the midfield, meaning that Matt and Blom, they were at fault because what happens is that we were using Frosler too much to go up. That means that if Frosler goes up, someone needs to come into his place and allow him to cover. But in this moment, Frosler had gone up. These guys countered. Frosler is now coming back into the game. And he has to cover himself, meaning that Msimango has shifted to cover Frosler at right back, which is the player he stopped to Mekoa. But the person following needs to be covered by the DM, meaning Abo, Blom, or Matt. But that Blom and Matt were non-existent there. So what happens is that Frosler is now having to run from having been attacking to try cover his position and is late, which allows the cross. The cross, what could have been done with the cross that goes into the box, that one is Dudley's fault. Dudley is at fault there. Dudley basically pulled a Fiso Hlanti on us, where he's headering Umoya when there's a striker right here behind him. I don't understand why center backs have this thing where they trust their height sometimes. Sometimes don't trust your height, but sometimes just make sure that you disturb that striker. But then this guy, I don't know, he trusts his height and he had time. That ball was not a very quick fire ball. It was floating, most likely floating. Dudley could have taken a few steps back because he could see the flight and then header it. But when he headers it, he tries to make sure that he also disturbs the striker. But like he was confident he's going to get it, he missed it. Goal. The free kick, I won't even, that is our goalkeeper. Like goalkeeper, I'm going to teach you basics of goalkeeping. When you're diving for the ball, and you see that it's low and it's low and you can't get it, you no longer use two hands. You don't do this, because when you do this, it's going to limit your reach. What you then do is stretch the one hand to push it away. That is what you do. You stretch. So if you say it's going, you stretch one hand. This guy wants to go and touch the ball with both his hands. But you see, then he's getting delayed by this hand because this hand can't reach there as quick as possible. So then the ball starts with this hand and then it's late. This one is already late and then it's too hard. But if you just commit all your power to one hand, you parry it. And that's one thing I feel like goalkeepers like Ronan Williams, Itumeleng Kune were so good at. Kune one hand saves. He understood that there are moments you cannot use both your hands. You have to use one hand. Goalkeeping basics. I don't know why I have to teach goalkeeping basics. But anyway, guys, first half was poor. Let me say Matt, guys, I'm going to explain it to you like this. Yusuf Matt, I've been trying in the past videos to not talk about Matt. I've been doing my best. I'm sure you guys will applaud me for doing my best not to talk about Matt. But I'm going to now speak to you from the heart as a Kaizer Chiefs supporter. Matt as a person, I like him. I like his hard work. I like his commitment. I like what he's not taking the game for granted. When I say he's not taking the game for granted, he knows that he's maybe not the best, so he tries to outwork all the best players. And I like that about Matt. But I'm going to also be honest. Yusuf Matt does not deserve to be wearing a Kaizer Chiefs jersey. Kaizer Chiefs jersey, Yusuf Matt does not deserve to be wearing it. Yusuf Matt is the reason we are not creative in the middle. Did you see the difference when you take out Matt and you bring in Samkelo Zwane? Samkelo Zwane, why can't you be this player you were in the second half every game? The boy dictated. But I'll tell you why he can't be that player. And it's simple. Samkelo Zwane, this is the kind of game where Samkelo Zwane shines. And why does Samkelo Zwane shine in this game? Because no one puts him under pressure. No midfielder of Magesi put him under pressure because Magesi was what? Was defending. Which is why Samkelo looked like a star. Samkelo Zwane looked like he could do whatever he likes. Why? Because Samkelo didn't have to defend. This is that game that will make you guys praise Samkelo Zwane because of how well he did, but you don't realize, Guti, Samkelo Zwane this is what he used to do in the DDC. In the DDC, they didn't play defense. In the DDC, it was transition wire, transition. So Samkelo Zwane was the general. Al-Kabe, he's not defending. Siya consider. Al-Kabe, champagne pass, siya consider. We used to beat teams like 5-4, 5-3. Because we weren't defending, we were praying at the back, and then we were scoring with our brilliance. So that's the thing. Samkelo Zwane is such a poor defender, but in attack, he is something else. So that's why I'm like, I'm not going to be tutored by Samkelo Zwane. Because when we play teams like Sundowns, who know how to pressure the midfield, gone. The one you saw today will be disappeared. Will have this. Under pressure, when they pressuring him, today he would get the ball, one man, cruising, Baba. He could take 5 minutes to decide who is open. Think check. Nangu Sirino. Ngiphathe by. Yazi lento ithi ngithatha isikhathi sami ngilithi and then that's what he was playing. Under Sundowns, this thing is not there. You get the ball, you haven't even thought about who to pass. That's the thing about Sundowns and these other teams like Pirates. They press you the moment you get the ball. And if you're not smart, you lose the ball. And the funny thing about what I'm saying now is that Matt was losing the ball, getting pressed by one player. Magesi were all defending. Matt was losing the ball against one player. One player was getting the ball from Matt. He would see Matt. Matt would be turning alone. He would run to Matt. In his mind, the striker is thinking, I won't get the ball. Matt is going to pass. Matt doesn't want to pass. Matt wants to dribble him. They take the ball. That's where Nabi gave up on protecting Matt. He just substituted him. But anyway, second half was better. We brought in Sirino. One thing I'm going to say about Sirino, and you guys aren't going to like it. Sirino is starting to do what Kama Billiard and Dolly started to do when they started understanding the situation at Chiefs. What do I mean by that? Keegan Dolly's first games at Kaizer Chiefs, Kama Billiard's first games at Chiefs, they were killing opponents because it was the element of surprise. The teams didn't plan for them. So they would do whatever they wanted and they would score goals. You remember Keegan Dolly's first season was scoring goals. Kama Billiard's first season was scoring goals and said. Then the second seasons, they were struggling to score because the teams knew if you stop that one, these ones are hanging about corn. So what the teams are doing now is that they are stopping Sirino. And because they're stopping Sirino, it disturbs the game. But what happens now is that Sirino is starting to do what Kama Billiard and Dolly were doing. They are starting to not believe in their teammates. Sirino is no longer believing in his teammates. And you guys are going to say I'm contradicting myself because he assisted Du Shabalala. But the thing with what Sirino is trying to do, Sirino is trying to create tap-ins for his players. He's trying to make an opportunity that is obvious for scoring. Meaning there's been so many moments in this game where Sirino got the ball and he saw there was no plan and he forced to go fight with 2 to 3 Magesi defenders and they took the ball from him. And he was in a good position. He was in an attacking position. There were moments where Sirino would get the ball alone and he wanted to dribble 2 to 3 defenders. There were moments where Sirino got the ball and he took shots where he was not meant to take shots. He did things that are uncharacteristically Sirino because Sirino is a thinker. Sirino knows when to shoot and when to pass. And in this game, I feel like the Du Shabalala pass was the only good one. But other than that, he was just doing the wrong things. Sometimes you would just be like, Sirino, trust these guys and move the ball and then move off the ball. Like pass Uduba and then move. Pass Uzwamkelo Zwane and then move, etc. Samkelo Zwane, you had, like I've obviously commented about you, but Mfana, I'm going to tell you this now. You cannot have played SuperSport United and taken free shots. The opposing team allows you to take shots outside the box and you don't even hit the target once. Today, Magesi allowed you the same thing. Magesi today allowed you the same thing. They allowed you to take shots outside the box and you didn't even hit the target once. So my question is, uyenzani practicing, boy? After practice, uyenzani? Because you can't do the same thing. If you're not in the groove of Shayama shot, then don't take it. Like that is what I'm going to say. Then don't take the shot. Du Shabalala, I liked your second half, but your first half, same story. You in the first half from Du Shabalala, we could have been 2-1 against Magesi. From Du Shabalala alone today could have scored 4 goals. But I don't know what this thing is about. Guys, why is it that our players like Du Shabalala, like Ranga, and all these guys, why is it that their shooting technique is bad? They try to take shots, but they are not smart. Like sometimes Du Shabalala wants to go for power. If he just did placement, he would score. Like he just hit far post. Just hit the far post, score. Far post, score. And you will score. But he doesn't. He wants to go for power. Ranga Chivavero, the less said about him, the better. If Ranga Chivavero is in the starting lineup against Sunday, you know what? Ranga Chivavero, for me, I pray that he proves us wrong and he scores. But I've said this from last season and I'm bringing back to this season. I don't rate Ranga Chivavero. If Ranga Chivavero is still in Kaizer Chiefs, I'd prefer him to be the third choice striker. I don't want him to be number 1. Even I'll say fourth, if we add Dupree. I want Ranga to be number 4. Then Dupree. Then 2 lethal strikers. Ranga will come in on games if these guys get injured. Yeah, maybe. So that's what I wanted to say about Ranga. I don't trust him to lead the attack of Chiefs because this guy, umfundo vilakazi uvithiza abantu shaya amashibobo, he passes all, he does all the hard work. Umfundo vilakazi, he dribbles players, does all the hard work, kicks the ball, gives Uranga the supply he was crying about last season, passes Uranga, ball in the air. Ranga Chivavero, ball in the air, straight into the keeper. The keeper could have just but the keeper must just save like this because this is all that Ranga and Mfundo Vilakazi were doing. They were just putting the ball there. At the donkey, Yabonga. Aye, man, guys, come on, we have to be better. There's a lot of things I want to unpack, but this video is taking long. I'm going to unpack the rest tomorrow. But the other thing I'm going to say is, Bradley Cross nisamthanda na. Ngisacela ukubuza. Bradley Cross nisamthanda na. Do you guys still like Bradley Cross? When I told you guys that Bradley Cross was a fifth choice, you guys were saying I'm dumb, data, I don't know football, I must stop analysis and go things keep, which is a good job. But that's what you guys were saying. You were insulting me and I don't know why. But now, he's missing headers, bayam dribble. Like umsebenzi wakhe sokuyini. What is his job, man? What is his job? He can't defend. He's a mbobo. His left side becomes a mbobo. He can't attack. Like, he can't score. What is he doing here? Usincedisa ngani? Angisazi, mina, I don't know, angazi. And this is not me to insult anyone. But Bradley Cross, there's a reason why they're always substituting him. Why would Nabi substitute his left back and put in another left back? The last game, he substituted the left back and put a right back. We might as well not play him again. We're wasting substitutions. Nabi, against Sundowns, put Frosler there, put someone else on the right. Is it Solomons? You want to put Solomons? You want to put, I don't know who you want to do, but this thing of playing with Bradley Cross is not working. Amakhosi.